points in the game.
Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They go to the ground. He couldn't get it to the corner. Defense opening things up with a big play.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Sends it downfield. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing to the perimeter of the field. They just didn't have it there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Johnson looking to throw. Here's the pressure. Complete to the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. You would have really hoped that you would have gotten that extra yard on 3rd down, but now on 4th, and maybe you still have to go for it.
And it's interesting. 3rd and 1, you throw the football. The more physical team usually wins. Do you feel confident enough to run the football early in the game in your own territory?
Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. And the offense falls on the football, but they are short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, I love the way this defense just started this football game. You gave up some yards, but who cares? Great job adjusting, getting the 4th down stop, now creating some momentum for your offense.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Oh, got enough space. Touchdown, Alabama! They grabbed the early lead. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And that one's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Trying to set up the screen. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Makes the catch. It's Edwards. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they used great time.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Simpson. Now adjusting. Now he's going to throw back to the middle. He's got it on the outside. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
That is so hard to defend. QB wants to make a play from the pocket, but does a great job escaping to his left, eyes down the field. Palmer, he looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer, getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
I would have torn my ACL if I had tried to roll out to my left like that in my playing days, but how about this quarterback keeping his eyes downfield, never quitting on the play, and finding a viable option and delivering an accurate throw so that he could advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window, and the intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Catch in the middle. It's Brown. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Wants to throw again. Pressure coming. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Daron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson.
Makes the grab on the big throw. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. So now it's second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying play action. Under fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unleashes one. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Johnson looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw them.
Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was
going for the goal line. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now on second and goal. Looking to fire. They'll run the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles, and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch.
Touchdown, Kansas State! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back. There he goes. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Turning on the Jets. He's at the... And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
Eagles, this offense, they've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Johnson wants to throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Finds his man. It's Brown. And they're able to get him down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Running into the open space. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Edwards. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run, because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Johnson looking to throw. The short hands, it's Brown. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gets it out fast. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the 1st half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a 1st half.
He goes out of bounds, and he is really close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets the...
Touchdown, Wildcats! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message they'll have to carry into halftime. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Simpson. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Wants to go up top on first down. Rushes on him. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Wants to go up top. Buys a little time with his feet. On the run, deep down the right side. And he took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be third down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. They get to him as he throws. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
I got to be honest, guys. I know there are a lot of people out there with this field position that would say punt the football, but based on the success they've had early in this game with 3 touchdowns already, playing with confidence, I think I'd just go for it.
On fourth down, going to the air. Looking for a huge play. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half. Breaks into the open.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Got a little space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Wow, plows through the defense. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and I just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Buys a little extra time. Fires on the move. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Unloads it left. Another incompletion on third down.
Really nice third down sub-defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires downfield. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it. He's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys playing with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Just listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the big apple as they try to get the defense off the field. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Grabbed in the middle, it's Miller. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to throw at Simpson. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Got it in the middle. It's Cuevas. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Alabama quickly back to the line. Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. The sneak scores it.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires left. With the catch, it's Brown. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Johnson wants to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. The snap sets up the throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. The Wildcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Still looking on the move. The throw. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Quick strike through the air for the score. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on 3rd down. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the running back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Surging forward on the sneak.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some 1st downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice them.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible, horrible defense.
They'll come to the line, 1st and goal with the lead and the clock working in their favor. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
Some would say run out the clock, some...
It's a fake. Holder looking to throw. And they got him. He gets across the goal line into the end zone for the 2, and he pushes the lead to 11. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air, it's Simpson. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown time. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.